Hello class, this is my video on how to make an apple pie. The first step is you have to have a clean and organized workspace. And also you have to wash your hands. The next thing is to preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And while that is getting warmed up, you start mixing the ingredients. You want to put a mixing bowl to put all your stuff in. First you have to pour 2 cups of flour into the bowl. You want to make sure it's measured off correctly. And then you pour it in, and then you get 1 tablespoon of salt, pour that in. You take 1 stick of butter, cut 1/4 off of it, and put the 3/4 part into the bowl. And then you have to blend the ingredients. Then you add 5 tablespoons of water into the flour. You want to take the bowl, make sure you have a floured surface and floured hands. Take the bowl, dump it onto the floured surface. Knead the dough into a ball. And then once the dough is into a ball, you want to wrap it in plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. But you want to split it into 2 balls, and then wrap one of the balls in the plastic wrap, put that in the refrigerator, and then keep this one out for later. Once you place one of the dough balls into the plastic wrap, you want to wrap it up, twist it, and then tie it with a twist tie. Once you have that, you walk to the refrigerator and put it in there for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes is over, you take one of the balls of dough out of the refrigerator and you have to roll it. This is the pan that you put the dough in. You have to roll it into about 2 inches more than the diameter of the pan. Once you've rolled the dough out flat, you want to roll to one of the edges, roll it back, and roll it up onto the thing, onto this. And until it gets like this. Then you carefully unroll the dough on top of the pan. Carefully. Then you pat down the dough inside the pan. Next, you have to mix the ingredients that go inside the crust. First, you have to put 1/3 cups of sugar into there. Measure it off correctly. Alright. Now we got 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Two tablespoons of flour. 1 tablespoon of flour. 2 tablespoons. Measure it off. Right. Then you put 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then lastly you add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And then you mix all the ingredients up. Next, you have to cut up 6 apples into about 1/8 of an inch size, little squares. So about this big. Each apple. Once you have cut up all the apples, you sprinkle the sauce that you made earlier, these apples, on top. And then you mix it all up until all the apples are covered with cinnamon and sugar and flour. And you place the bowl in the refrigerator. You take out the other piece of dough out of the bag like before, and roll it out like you did last time. Then you cut the excess dough into strips that are going to be laces on top of the pie. Once you've cut all the pieces up, you can place the laces on top of the pie, over the pie sheet, and then sprinkle a little bit of milk and eggs on top of that, and then it's ready to go in the oven. Put the pie in the oven and bake it for about 15 minutes on 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and you'll have yourself a delicious pie. After your pie is done, make sure you have mittens on so you don't burn your hands. Pull the tray out, and then carefully grab the pan with the pie out and place it down so you don't burn yourself. And then the pie is done.